For many people, when we have this experience, as somebody who's kind of on the spiritual journey, for many of us, when we have these experiences where we kind of do something that is kind of, in a sense, you may describe as unawakened, when we kind of like speak from a reactionary place where we kind of respond to something in an immature way, respond from an impulsive place, just do something that you might think you would have only done when you were unawakened. And for many people I've noticed, including myself along the spiritual journey, when we have these very human moments, it can sometimes send us into a spiraling existential crisis where we think, oh my God, I'm not as awakened as I thought I was. I'm not as enlightened as I thought I was. I'm not as far along this journey as I thought I was. And I just wanted to share that usually, because when we have this existential crisis because we've done something that's really human or whatever, it's usually just because we've fallen for this illusion that's very popular in the spiritual community, this illusion that you spiritually awaken and you're done, you grow and you're done, you become enlightened and you're done, you heal and you're done. And this all stems from this kind of really toxic popular trend in the spiritual community of essentially rejecting the human experience and thinking that spirituality and enlightenment is almost essentially about transcending the human experience while you're still in it. And in my opinion, this is absolutely not the case, and it's also quite toxic in my opinion, because we are meant to be having a human experience. And listen, spirit, God, source knows that in order to get the most growth and enlightenment from our human experience, sometimes we must be fully immersed in them. We must be fully immersed in the human experience. And so it is sometimes necessary, even when you're on this spiritual journey and you've been working on yourself really hard and you've been awakening, you've been working on acting from a place of maturity and self-awareness, it is still sometimes very necessary for us to have these experiences where we do get lost in emotions and we do react from a slightly immature place. It's still necessary to sometimes have those experiences so that we can then wake up from them and then come back to this place of reflection and then get the wisdom those experiences are offering us. Because something I've learned along this spiritual journey is that the spiritual path is not a case of you awaken and you're done, you get enlightened and you're done, you heal and you're done. It's actually like a constant path of spiritual awakenings. It's like it's not just one spiritual awakening, it's one after the other. It's continuous awakenings. That's what the spiritual path, to me, in my experience, truly is. It's awakening after awakening. It's not just one awakening. It's not just one level of growth. It's not just one level of healing. It's one after the other. And sometimes to gain that new level of healing, that new level of wisdom, that new level of growth, we must have an experience where we're fully immersed in the human experience, because it's about integrating the human experience so that our souls can evolve and grow through them. It's not about rejecting the human experience. You're here to have a human experience, and it complements you and helps you and aids you in the enlightenment and spiritual growth of your soul. Okay, so they work hand in hand. So next time you have one of these experiences, like I did the other day, where you kind of like do something that's really human, you maybe have an unawakened moment and you kind of just react to something, you maybe get drawn into pettiness, you get drawn into bickering for a moment, and then you wake up and you're like, what was that? just instead of going into this existential crisis where you're like, oh my God, I'm not as awakened as I thought I was, I'm not as enlightened as I thought I was, just remember everything I've said in this video, okay?